performance runs through our DNA. Dunlop, the #1 ball on tour.
I've always loved the game of tennis.
Everyone's a big family here.
It's about camaraderie because it's family.
I consider my tennis family part of my overall family.
That's what I like about it most, the friendships you develop.
I look so forward to coming to these events and seeing my friends that I've made through the years.
If you love the game, give back to the game.
You become the calm in the storm.
You can decide how much you want to work and how much you don't want to work.
You never stop learning.
Every time I work an event, I always learn something.
It takes time, it takes experience.
Find your niche.
We need you, and I think you will find it very rewarding.
Get out there, start trying to do it, and see if you like it.
Welcome in, everybody, to our coverage of the 2024 ITA Conference Masters. I'm Chris Halioris. I'll be with you today for a couple feature matches. Going to start this morning with the women's featured match of the day, round of 32 here at the Conference Masters. Ladies warming up right now here on the near court. From FIU, Oyinlomo Quadre. On the far court from South Carolina State, Sofiya Chursina. One of the nice things with the Conference Masters event, we've seen a lot of the regional action. This is the final pathway, along with sectionals taking place this weekend. The final two pathways into the NCAA individuals, singles and doubles tournaments this year. Give you a reminder on how you get into the NCAA individuals. We had All-Americans. We've had regionals. The last two this weekend, the ITA Conference Masters. 4 singles spots, 3 doubles spots from Conference Masters. So the semifinalists here will make the NCAA singles tournament. At sectionals, there are 4 sections. They get 6 qualifiers out of each sectional to make it to the tournament. And as I was saying with the Conference Masters, you get a player rep from each of the conferences, in theory, if they all participated. So many more. Nice forehand from Quadre there. Many more of your, call them smaller to mid-major conferences. They're all represented here, so everyone's got a chance. With the Power 4, only 4 reps. So a good shot for some of the smaller conferences to get their players into the NCAA tournament here. At regionals, you had to make the regional final, so it was tough. Happened in a few places, but it was very tough for the smaller schools to get through there. I apologize on the camera. Can't do anything about it. We've had a few little freezing moments here early on. You see the double fault from Chursina there. I will check on the scoring that doesn't seem to be coming in yet. Maybe they just don't have the live scoring up yet, so keep our own eye on it. First game here. Again, Sofiya Chursina from South Carolina State, serving in the far court. It's going to be a quick break. For Quadre. Quadre comes in to the Conference Masters tournament here as the 4 seed. They'll play 2 rounds of singles today. Morning round here at getting going around 9. Round of 16 slated to get started beginning potentially around 1:30. The winner of this match, actually, currently the scheduled first round of 16 match on at 1:30 in Rome, Georgia. This event originally scheduled for the Barnes Tennis Center in San Diego. That Tennis Center ended up having some scheduling issues. So a quick move, and we're out in Rome, Georgia now. Early on, get a look. Have not seen Chursina before, so we'll get a look at her, but Quadre is solid. Chursina unable to find the rhythm or consistency yet. See if those are just some early nerves or if that pattern continues. If so, it's going to be a long day trying to keep up with Quadre. Good placement side to side there from Quadre running. It's a good return for Chursina off that backhand, but followed up with a ball down into the forehand corner Chursina couldn't get to. It's a good backhand there from Chursina. Mentioned the pathway to the NCAAs, the pathway here. Different conferences. It was up to the conferences to choose their representatives, each conference getting a singles player and a doubles player. Various conferences chose various methods. It could have been a conference tournament. It could have been a ranking. It could have been a vote. However they chose to do it. And there's that consistency Chursina's been unable to find yet. Some conferences placed value on going to Conference Masters ahead of going to the sectionals this weekend. Others may have done the opposite. I know, for example, in the case of the Big Ten chose to fill out their sectional bids first. They let everybody get allocated to sectionals, and then from the players remaining after that, they allocated their singles and doubles spot to the Conference Masters. I think some other conferences did the opposite. Believe Quadre now up, consolidated that break, taking a 2-love lead. Still waiting to see if we can get the live scoring up here. Just wide from Quadre, I think. Oh, interesting. I just noticed it looks like we're using roving officials in the first round here. Just noticed there's no chair, and I can see the official standing between the two courts. So I thought Quadre had looked at the chair for a confirmation, but certainly not going to get one. There's nobody in the chair. And that seems to be the corner that Quadre is going to be able to pick on. Chursina's got a nice backhand, but has not found the consistency to be able to get that back routinely. So I believe 3-love now, and that may be the reason we don't have live scoring, is there's no chair putting the scores in. We'll do our best to keep an eye on it, but I believe we're now at 3-love. Favor of Quadre here. Interesting to see Quadre's got a coach on her bench with her. Chursina does not. Don't think South Carolina State's got another person playing at the moment. Unless someone from their men's team is, and the same coach is covering both, but maybe she just likes to be alone. So a little body backhand serve, that backhand side. Still posing problems for Chursina here. Quadre just rolling early. 3-love, 30-love, I believe, here. See her looking over to the bench to her coach for a little advice. I'm not sure she needs any advice right now. Things going well for her early on. Chursina just needs to settle in and find a little rhythm. Quadre at the moment just putting balls in play. Nice service game for Quadre there. So that's a quick hold and a quick 4-love lead now. That one looked to be pulled just a little wide for Quadre. Oyinlomo Quadre, a junior this year, coming up at FIU, a native of Nigeria. She was a top 100 junior before coming to college. Another one pulled just wide. Top-ranked junior from Nigeria. Actually got the honor of competing in the Billie Jean King Cup for Nigeria. A lot of accolades for her early in her college career as well. Conference USA Freshman of the Year. Also the Conference USA Player of the Year. In 2022-23. See right now, just the body language from Chursina. She's not sure what to do, at a loss. She's not making a lot of balls, and Quadre's not giving her a lot. There's a point from Quadre that she does give to Chursina. Chursina's looking to find a few more of those where she can maybe get it. A little unforced error. That ball called wide, and Quadre has no one to turn to. So Chursina, and you can see the smile on Quadre's face. She doesn't believe it. And I'm sure in the back of her head thinking, so that's how you're going to get the game. But on game point, that ball called wide from Chursina. Certainly too hard to tell from our angle. But I believe that'll make it 4-1 in favor of Quadre here. So wasn't aware this was going to be the plan for the first round, but it looks like, and I think hopefully it'll only be the first round, but the round of 32, because they have roving officials, there is no score. You can see right there, updating the score on the net post. Nobody keying in scores, so no live scores. We'll see if we can maybe get something on the screen manually here, but in the absence of that, we'll just try to keep you posted. I believe it's 4-1. Quadre, it'll get interesting if we have a little camera freeze on a deuce point and aren't sure who wins it, because I can't make out that net post. Oh, what a great get from Chursina, but that was a beautiful backhand from Quadre into the corner, but Chursina able to chase it down and force Quadre to come up with a tough little overhead on the back pedal. Unable to do it. Maybe the start of Chursina getting a little bit of confidence here. Gonna need that confidence to get that consistency, especially on that backhand side. Ball, I think, called good and played. If so, that would make it love 30 here. Still 4-1 double break lead for Quadre. Again, tough to tell if that ball was in or long. Next changeover, we'll take a short. Leave the cameras up, but we'll take a short break and see if we can do something about getting some scores on here. Oh, that's a nice inside-out forehand into the corner from Quadre. That one sprayed wide, and Quadre gets broken. So Chursina gets one of the two breaks back. So from 4 love, couple games in a row for Quadre, and makes it 4-2. And now Chursina finding herself a little momentum here. A 2-game run. First point on her serve. Good pace on the ball. Looks like she's starting to feel it a little bit. Some good, we've seen a couple occasions already, Chursina with some good wheels, especially into that backhand corner where Quadre likes to go. It had been the play early on, but Chursina's showing some athleticism to chase those down. One sailed a little long, and you can see Chursina now does have coach on the bench. And the tides have turned quickly here. Early on, Chursina couldn't hit and Quadre couldn't miss, and now Quadre starting to miss, Chursina finding her rhythm. And that's 3 straight games, I believe. Going to take a quick break. We'll leave the action on. I'm going to check into our scoring situation. I think we're going to try to get something deployed here to have some updates for the scores for you. But I believe it's 4-3 Quadre now. We'll be back in just a moment. Just a quick update, folks, as you keep continuing to watch here. It is 4-3 in favor of Oyinlomo Quadre, but we are working on getting some scoring up so you'll have it on screen. Take care of it manually since we're not going to have it in the first 2 rounds, so give us a few more minutes. Leave the cameras up, but we're working on the scores, so I'll be back shortly. All right, folks, apologize for the delay and the lack of commentary there, but we got the manual scoring set up. Won't have in-game scoring only because I might be guessing at a few of these, especially when we have some camera glitches. This will only be the round of 32 this morning for this match. Hopefully we've got chair officials and live scoring from the round of 16 on. But the tail end of that first set, Sofiya Chursina from South Carolina State had made a push, was down 4-love, brought it back to 4-3. And then FIU's Oyinlomo Quadre turned back around in time, took the last two games of the first set to close that set out 6-3. You can see them on the set break here. Again, a draw of 32 in singles. The semifinalists in singles making the NCAA tournament. So you're going to need to win 3 matches here. It'll hold the same for both the men and the women. Our featured men's match of the day will come up around 1 p.m. I think, and that'll be a round of 16 match, as the men are also playing now. I believe for that match we're going to get the Zambor Velts of Baylor playing the winner of a first round match. Won't swear to it, but I think that's the plan for now. Looks like Chursina's left the court, presumably for a restroom break. We're showing the singles matches, but doubles also going on here. Draws. For the doubles, you've got to get either to the final. If you lose in the semifinals, you can see there's three qualifiers for doubles, so the two semifinal losers will play a match, a playoff match, if you will, or a play-in match for third place, with the winner getting entry into the NCAA doubles tournament. So Quadre will kick us off here. We may get to guessing a few times here or there. We'll do our best to try to keep the in-game score up to date. But between line calls and viewing points, knowing whether a ball's in or out, and maybe the occasional camera freeze, might be tough to tell on every point. Oh, Quadre yanked on that, sent it well long, probably wide as well. She, at the start of the match, seemed to be on for everything, and now she has started to spray, and that's what got Chursina back into it at 4-3 in the first. Before Quadre was able to finally close it out. Missed service return there from Chursina, so 3 game points here for Quadre. Another one sent long. Quadre putting a little something on her balls and does occasionally pull them a little long. Talked a little bit about Quadre and where she was from. Chursina, native Kazakhstan. Believe this her final year of eligibility with South Carolina State, and that one sent long. That's a double fault, and that's going to bring up a deciding point here, I believe. So opening game, second set. Quadre had jumped out quick. And now maybe a little tight. Can't find the length on the serve in this ad court. Oh, the forehand error from Chursina makes it a deuce hold for Quadre. So she makes it interesting in the first service game on the second set. Manages to hold. They will change ends. Mentioned Quadre here, the 4 seed at the Conference Masters. The winner of this match face off in the round of 16 this afternoon against the winner of Sarah Rakim from Florida A&M and Naomi Asago from Fairleigh Dickinson. So by the time we end the day today, we'll be down to the quarterfinals. And that'll mean the matches tomorrow will be the play-in match for the NCAA tournament, that quarterfinal match to get you in the semis will be the big one. Again, another long ball from Quadre. Chursina seems to have weathered that early storm, even though after getting it back to 4-3, she dropped a couple games for the set. It's point by point a much more level match at this point, whereas the first 4 games of the match, Quadre was just rolling. That ball catches the tape for Quadre, and Chursina unable to do anything with it. It's actually a very nice serve deep into the corner, backhand corner from Chursina. Well played from Chursina on defense there. She gets the hold. Levels things at 1 apiece here in the second. Neither player finding much rhythm on service return at this point. A lot of free points to both servers being given away at the moment as Chursina nets that one. Quadre missed quite a few in the last game. You see the frustration. From Chursina there. Chursina played the top spot all year for South Carolina State last year. She went 13-2 at the 1 spot. Chursina also part of the #1 doubles team for South Carolina State. Oh, and a double fault there for Quadre. She's making her first couple service games a little interesting here in the second. Chursina will also be featured in the doubles action here at the Masters for South Carolina State. She and teammate Heen Simlali are the doubles team nominated for their conference. Ball deep from Quadre, and that was a soft second serve. She looks like she's struggling to just feel any confidence in her stroke at the moment, so she's going to face a couple break points here. Gets a gift on the first one. Not much on the serve, but Chursina sent it wide. And for the second service game in a row, Quadre will face a deuce deciding point here. Beautiful backhand down the line from Chursina. And she gets the break. So an early break for Sofiya Chursina now, as she takes a 2-1 lead in the second. Now a little more animated on the coaching bench here for Quadre. She seems to have just lost her rhythm altogether. Trouble finding the first serve. On occasion, trouble finding the second serve. Spraying a few balls long. Looks like she's had to back off a little bit just because she wasn't finding the court, and now she's taken a little bit of pace off, and Chursina is doing well to take advantage of that and direct the balls where she would like. Hit that gorgeous down the line backhand. So Chursina now, her first lead in a set, serving at 2-1. And she starts with a double fault. Another unforced error from Quadre. That ball before that looked like it had just snuck in on the baseline or the sideline and then netted the backhand afterwards. You can just see the confidence growing for Sofiya Chursina here. She's now hitting toe-to-toe on pace here with Quadre. A couple nice forehands there in that point. Too good from Chursina now. And after that quick 4-love start for Quadre, even though she closed the first set out, Chursina's been playing well, and we've got a match on our hands. And that ball called good right on the line. Might have even caught the outside of the line. Props to Chursina for not giving that the college out call. That ball sailed long from Chursina, so another deuce service game. 3 of the 4 games here in the second set now have gone to a deciding point. Quadre elects to take this one in the ad court. Oh, Chursina double faults. And frustrated. Smack of those balls, sending them back over to the Quadre side of the court as we're back on serve at 2-all. On a double fault, and you see Chursina still talking to herself.
Just one game. Come on.
So Quadre now back square, see if she can take advantage.
Nice. That was amazing, Sonia.
Honestly, not sure whether that ball was...
Take your time, stay focused, and play your game. Come on. You're playing so good. Come on.
called good or not. We'll guess and say it was out.
It's okay. Nice try. Come on.
But honestly, not sure. Could be 30 love, could be 15 all.
No rush. You got this. Come on, Sonka.
What? The reaction we got from Quadre there after winning the point makes me think it might actually be 15 all. She might have dropped that first point. We need a little question mark in the game score here. Should be like 30 question mark. It's more likely, I'm going to guess it's 15 all, but
Come on.
that miss from Chursina. Makes it now either 40-love or 30-15.
I'm Sunitsa. Let's go. Come on. Let's go. You got this. Be positive, okay? Come on. Let's go. Come on. That's the spot. Come on, let's go. I'm Sonka. Come on. Don't give up. Let's go. It's okay. Don't.
That ball long. Quadre you've seen here a couple times. Must have been wrong on the score, so it was indeed. That first point was good, so now 40-30. But Quadre throwing in those mid-rally, won't quite call it a moon ball, but very soft and high, just to mix up the pace.
Yes, let's go. Come on. Amo, let's go.
And now I believe we have another deciding point. So 4 of the 5 service games in the set now going to a deciding point. Oh, and a missed volley from Chursina. Little stretch. Wasn't exactly right at her, but she certainly had her chance. Got her racket on it. Unable to get it back over the net, and Quadre, for the second time, gets a hold on a deciding point on her serve in the second set. Did it in the first game, did it again here in the 5th. So 3-2 on serve in the second. Mentioned the fact that Quadre was the 4 seed here. Looking at the draw, Claudia De La Harris from San Diego, the top seed, received a bye in the first round, as did 2 seed Sofiya Johnson from Old Dominion. And then Katja Wiersholm of Cal, the 3 seed, with Quadre the 4. So your top 4 seeds, sort of the incumbents, if you will, for those 4 spots into the NCAA tournament. Chursina makes that volley. Again, both men and women in action right now. You can see just in the top left corner of your screen, there's a men's match going on over there. First round's round of 32. being played first thing this morning. We'll come back this afternoon. Women's first round of 32 match scheduled for 1:30. I think the men were 1 o'clock. I think all the men's second rounds scheduled for 1 p.m. There's that soft one from Quadre again. Ball deep. I'm not sure if that's tactical because she thinks she wants to change the pace up for Chursina, or if it's her own nerves, but they haven't, for the most part, been working out in her favor. That was a good drop shot, but the good wheels, again, shown off by Chursina, but Quadre knew just where to be, able to put the return of her drop shot back away into the open court, but multiple occasions during this match, Chursina's showed off that speed. She's able to cover a lot of ground. And that right there might be why we see Quadre going with the soft high one occasionally. She's just having trouble putting 5 or 6 balls in a row in court at the moment. Oh, she called that out? Indeed she did. I thought that looked like a clean winner. Again, so hard for us to tell. I'm not saying it was a poor call because I can't tell at all. It just looked like a clean winner. So we get another deciding point. 5 out of 6 games. And Chursina, unforced error, misses wide off the forehand. And gives Quadre the break and a 4-2 lead here in the second now. So after a very good start and up a break 2-1 lead, she's now been broken twice in a row, and Quadre back in the driver's seat at 6-3, 4-2. Good forehand on the move there from Chursina. Quadre making a little body language there. Is not sure if she looks exhausted or frustrated, what that is. Not sure if I got one of those points wrong, but this now either 15-40 or 30 all. Either way, an opening for Chursina to try to get this break back. And that ball deep. And that one sprayed wide from Quadre, and indeed, she gives the break right back, so we're back on serve. Much needed break from Chursina. Certainly didn't want to allow Quadre to have a 5-2 set and 5-2 here, so she gets the break back to put us back on serve at 3-4 in the second now. Been a bit of a roller coaster. Lots of deuce games. 5 of the 7 games in the second set have gone to a deciding point. That one didn't quite get there. As Chursina broke from 30-40. So Chursina here now to serve. Big game for her to consolidate that last break. Oh, that's a nice forehand. She's still going for balls. Gotta like the way she's playing. Not gonna let Quadre dictate here. She's trying to force the play herself. Nice forehand there from Quadre. Quadre can smell it. She knows she's close and been able to break multiple times in the match, obviously. Little slip. Not sure if that miss there from Chursina was because of the slip or if that came after the fact. But not clean with that forehand. Now a little bit of a spot here for her at 15-30 and 3-4 in the second. Oh, pulled just wide. So now a big spot at 15-40. But Chursina, again, was able to dig that ball out of the backhand corner, showing off the wheels, and I think she's looking a little labored. She was using that break to tie her shoe more to recover than she was to tie her shoe. Not sure it even needed it. Maybe both mentally and physically here. And there's the break for Oyinlomo Quadre. So she will take a 5-3 lead in the second and have an opportunity to serve for the match here. She's certainly been pushed, but managing to find a way to this point. Let's see if she can serve it out. Soon, didn't miss by a lot, but as soon as she misses, you could see her. She turns around, hands on hips. It's a little frustration, but the hands on hips, too, is a sign. I think she's struggling a little physically. Looks a little winded. Hasn't been an overly long match or particularly grinding. That ball just deep from Quadre. There's a forehand miss from Quadre. You can see Chursina trying to motivate herself here. That one, backhand into the net. A little uncharacteristic of the late play from Chursina. That backhand's been solid here in the second set, especially when on the move, but now 30 all. Big point here. Another backhand into the net. And that's going to bring us to a couple match points now. Not so easy, says Sofiya Chursina. We're going to see another deuce deciding point here. It'll be match point number 2. For Quadre. And the camera froze on us, but I'm going to say that ball was long. And Oyinlomo Quadre, not easy, but eventually prevails. 6-3, 6-3. So FIU's Oyinlomo Quadre takes down South Carolina State Sofiya Chursina. She'll move on to the round of 16. That will be played later this afternoon. We will also have a men's featured match of the day. It'll be a second round match, round of 16 match. Again, I believe, not going to swear to it, but I believe we're going to get Zsombor Velch of Baylor against the winner of Georgetown's Jake Fellows and Yale's Jenkins G. That should be at about 1 p.m. Eastern, so about 2.5 hours until that. Until then, please come back and join us at 1 p.m. for the men's match of the day. For more action here from the 2024 ITA Conference Masters until 1 p.m.
At Dunlop, we've been making tennis balls for over 100 years. Balls played at more tournaments globally than any other brand.